Checking if it works. Gotta know. Seems to be. Alright, great. I gotta just share this link and it will be fine. I should probably check if chat works because I don't actually know. I'm not gonna pretend like I do, quite frankly. Otherwise, I have to refresh my plugin, which is terrible. Yes, it does. Alright. So I'm just gonna run this full screen. I'm actually kind of late to this. I'm actually very late to this. Because they already did a set. But it was because I had to restart my laptop. And it sucked. I'm not gonna do a recap of this. It seems that SK had a pretty decent job at beating Revenant in this set. I don't think it's gonna be a 3-0 beatdown. I hope it's not. I originally predicted them to go 3-2 in this. So I hope this what's happening is not gonna be a beatdown. Well, I said it already, I don't care. I feel like I should full screen this instead of being on the BSC side. So I'm gonna go on YouTube and full screen this. Come on! No. Okay. There we go. So if anyone wants to watch this with sound, I think they can go to the stream unless I get people wanting to turn the sound on. In which case I will. These drafts are weird, well, it's pros. They're trying to divert the meta, I guess. We might get an even weirder setup here, but honestly, I don't know. I'm looking at my phone for chat, but I guess I'm just gonna place it somewhere there. Like that. Wait, Gale? That's weird. Immediately as I say this isn't weird, it gets weird. I haven't seen Gale in a lot of games recently. So this could be new. These bands are pretty conventional stuff. Shade, B, Mina, Meeple, Hank, Cord. This pretty much aligns with the meta. Willow, yeah. And Otis. Yeah, this is pretty much what you'd expect on this map. So far, I think they counted Hank. They want to counter him because... Well, no, they ban Hank because they don't want anyone to interfering with the Willow and all this. This is the best thing they could get against them. Juju with Hypercharge is also one of the best things you can get. So that's good. That's good. Okay. Some of them might have to swap. I'm gonna be surprised if Revenant takes this, and I'm gonna be very sad because I bought it for SK actually. Okay, 04, 03. El Primo. Honestly, into all this, that is weird. That is... well... that is a somewhat weird setup. I'm not entirely sure why he would go something like that. I don't think Primo is gonna work into Otis and Shelly. Yeah! You immediately get countered by Shelly. Although, I feel like Shelly is disadvantageous into Gale of all things. He's probably gonna go second star power, and unless Shelly aims for Clay Pigeon Slide, it's gonna be very problematic. I think the main control keeper here will be Otis, and everyone else is pretty much oriented towards their respective matchups. Okay, Shelly is on Primo, Otis is trying to control Primo as well. Shelly is low. Willow is gonna get killed by Juju. She's taking a very dominant position here. Meanwhile, Shelly is pressuring Gale and Primo. Right now, SK is not in a good position. They need to pressure out the Juju from response. Takes the Invis. They have to take out the Quigley. They do. Right now, they are close to the ball, and Sergeant is pressuring Shelly. They need to do something, but they can't. Sergeant can't score under all this pressure. Despite Willow diving, it's probably a missed goal. Waiting for a super and does it convincingly. Tries to score, does not get it. And no exact damage was dealt either. So right now, Shelly has Hyper and they're keeping the ball away. It's a very defensive game. RNTX are currently in a corner. I think this is where SK is going to be shining. Right now, so not a lot is happening. Despite the pressure, I think SK is still holding nicely, but Hyper is gonna do well. Willow is gonna Hyper, and that is a score. Revenant X Spark not being able to exactly contest Willow. They seem to have their bases covered, even despite the seemingly close approach. Otis Hypers does not get a lot of value out of it, kills the Gale stuff. So Sergeant is gonna die, and Response is gonna have a tough time defending against all three. But Willow is gonna die into him. She has a super. It's 20 seconds, they need to do something. Sergeant is going in the direction of the ball. Right now, it doesn't seem like they have any chances to do anything. Sergeant is getting out, and 5 seconds, they have no way of reaching the ball. It is over. Game 1 goes to SK Gaming. And indeed, it seems like SK is outdrafting them for seemingly the second set in a row. It just doesn't seem like Revenant particularly expected this. You'd think that RNDX wouldn't go something like Primo into them, especially considering Shelly was open, but I don't know. And Sergeant is definitely the weak link in the draft, as he can't approach anything, and Joker is going on a fucking roll. SK is not able to score a goal, so if OP misses, Sergeant's able to tank it and tries to get him, but fast forward, which is an interesting gadget by the way. You'd think that fast forward would be the more inferior gadget, but instead Shelly is able to gain enough mobility to counterattack against El Primo's jumps. Right now she's farming hyper off him and being very offensive into him as well. Can't kill it because of the band-aid, and right now I think RNTX is just gonna lose this. There is no way they can in any shape or form come back. So I feel like it might be an outright 3-0 by the way. Despite this, I looked away from the stream for like 10 seconds, and right now they are having at least some form of comeback, by the way. Sergeant gets Willow hypered and gets some health taken down from him. This is gonna cost them a bit. Otis is here with the super. Sergeant goes in. He's gonna be able to kill him, maybe. Maybe OP kills Juju. Quickly hyper is there. They need to do something, but Gale cannot counteract the respawning SK. And we will go to overtime. Sergeant does not dodge Otis. Right now, Will has super, and she's gonna be scoring, and it's gonna be 2-0. One set away from winning the game. RNTX is definitely the underdog in this, but I expect them to at least win a set, which is honestly kind of disappointing for me, I guess. But whatever goes for them. SK is convincingly winning sets against RNTX, which is to be expected. SK is like the second best team in the world. It has been proven as such. So, of course, they would be dominant. But honestly, I'm not getting the Gale pick in this. Gale first pick is just very unconventional. And they would need a more mobile tank. I think Primo was definitely not what you'd want to do. Shelly with fast forward was definitely a genius pick. Hi AR. Right now it's going pretty well for SK. I just finished up this set. I did miss set 1 stuff, so it's definitely not as good as it could have been. You can probably see that it was pretty dominant from SK. Honestly, for all it's worth, I was expecting SK to win. I voted for them, just not this dominantly, maybe. So right now, we seem to be having a bit of a break before the draft phase. Maps are Dry Season, Hard Potato, and Golden Gorge. Honestly, the competition is pretty good on these maps. I think we have potential to see something pretty good, if not outright amazing. So I cannot be entirely sure as of how Revenant will come back from this kind of drought. It seems very, very, very disadvantageous for them. Dry Season, they're recommending snipers, but it's possible that we'll get a somewhat tanky, more durability focused setup. I'm thinking of that at least. It could be wrong. Right now we are seeing the same conventional bans. Jae Young is a good ban. Meeple is a pick. Definitely was overlooked in the bans, but he banned stuff like Gene and Squeak, which would be very good at area denial and control. Exactly the kind of thing you would not want on dry season fall sinks. And Revenant X-Spark gearing up for an attempt to come back with these picks. Kazi into Meeple is definitely interesting. Maybe they're trying to get the blue star. Ollie, yeah, I'd expect a more tanky setup in way of sorts. Right now they need to come back against that, but honestly, I think Meeple counters these in some way, right? I could be wrong. Maybe they're going to be using first gadget to leap away, but then it would leave them somewhat vulnerable. Mortis is definitely interesting. Although I think Kazi covers her bases up more efficiently than Mortis. Maybe they want the blue star, and that's where the race comes from. We are yet to see what it actually means for them. Okay, they have pick 5. I feel like they need more offense or more defense, since Mortis seems to be very offensive. Gus, definitely a good mix of offense and defense. If he supers Mortis, it seems like we will be looking at an attempt to out-tank Ollie and Kazi. But honestly, it's very peculiar of a pick. I was very surprised by the fact. Okay, it's 4 seconds for a big Ziggy. That's very interesting. I actually don't know what kind of thing Ziggy's gonna do here. I haven't seen him be particularly good in games, in competitive games, but maybe they figured him out in scrims and he's more interesting than he seems to be. Right now, if Revenant X-Spark needs some kind of interest, they need to do it now. And Deep Mortis seems to be faster than Kazi at getting the blue star. They are on the offense, which is a big problem because right now they're cornered and Ziggy was slow, which didn't help them at all here. Kazi needs to approach Meeple. This is somewhat risky. Using speed instead. Instead of Fingvis, it's honestly a bit interesting. They're trying to overwhelm Joker, which almost worked, but wasn't good enough. Sergeant is being very efficiently countered when he's trying to go into offense, which makes sense because his health is very low. But right now he acts as a sort of far-range thrower, which is decent. Right now he's gadgeting, and while they're trying to build up a super, it doesn't seem to be working. X9J tries to go into offense, does not work. Procs God's super. Meeple has hypercharge, and he's gonna be using it. The first kill goes to SK. They're gonna be doing 2 kills actually. Ziggy has not been able to garner a kill yet, and it seems like he's trying to go into offense. It's not working. Response cannot particularly go into Meeple. Unfortunate Yoshi super, but maybe it was intended. That OP goes into response, kills him. Ziggy unleashes super. It doesn't work out exactly. The Ziggy is not doing well. Response gets a kill, but it's all in vain. It's all in vain. They were not able to get a kill with offense, and it did not pay off for them. And right now, SK is match point from getting the first win in the group stage. Almost a perfect streak. Can RNTX smear it? Or even get a set, get a comeback chance? We'll have to see, but OP still grabs the blue star. They are forced into offense, which SK is dismantling completely. They are not engaging, and they do not have the range to engage. RNTX is trying to do something. Gus has super with which he can cover anyone's bases. This Mortis is going in with super, potentially into offense. Response tries to do something with his ninja form, does not work out. Right now, however, not a lot is happening. They're getting low and they are retreating. There is not exactly a way to do offense with Gus Hyper on the horizon. Response is trying to bait something out. It doesn't seem to be working. Oh my god, I'm yawning. It seems that OP went for the offense and it did work out. Right now, Ziggy did a good super, but it's not gonna exactly work with the fact that they have one more blue star. OP would be able to get out of the super anyway. So they do need to get Joker and Yoshi. She responds, is being extremely careful, but he can't go on offense. Kazi is really not working against Gus. Gus already has a super and he needs to be doing something now. Now, Kazi tries to kill him. Does not work out. OP is gonna go in and RNTX tries to do something, but Yoshi kills, I think, Response or whoever, and SK go on a perfect 3-0 streak. Insane. Actually, that's like my prediction. My prediction is coming true, but I'm still a bit sad because I thought RNTX would put up more than a fight, and they still went out 3-0 like in the Pro Cup. This is actually kind of sad. Okay, we have 5 minutes until the next match. I'm thinking of seeing if Ready Set has a match of sorts, because he said that he would be broadcasting the off-stream games, so I'm gonna see if he's on Twitch right now. Actually, wait. Okay, let's see. Ready Set. Ready Set is not here. No, Ready Set is here. And he is streaming Space Station versus Nova Esports, so let's get in. Let's get into it right away. It seems to be that Novo is currently 0-1 towards SSG. They are winning knockout right now. Sans is trying to get a kill. It's not working out. They need to change lanes. Tick is not exactly working into Kazi. Marco is doing really good at pressuring them. Chino is very low. Bobby cannot exactly kill Bezo. He's just standing behind the wall. Well, Sans is trying to do a pretty good job, but it's not working out. However, gets a kill. Sans Stickhead is currently beating them up. Marco needs to do something. And Marco is trying to kill Bobby. It's not gonna work out, so he's just gonna retreat. And right now, Marco is probably trying to get as much relevance as he can. Marco gets his super, and that's pretty much everything you can get out of it. Ooh, Twitch is actually kind of lagging. Seem to be doing pretty good in positions. What? Come on, give me the quality. I guess we're going 480p because it's not handling it. I'm sorry for the grainy quality. But okay. Has hypercharge. Ooh, Meeple stuff. It's gonna be very bad. It's gonna be very bad. But they saved Chino. They saved Chino, but Sans doesn't know who he's facing right now. Angelo is trying to kill Sans. It's not gonna work out. Subeme is trying to do something. Saying Chino has super, which he is not afraid of using. Angelo has very good potential to kill right now. Bobby's trying to dodge. It's not working out. They pressured them successfully into game 1 for Novo in set 2. We're heading into game 2, which seems pretty dominant. Novo, contrary to my assumptions, seems very dominant right now. Now, despite the dickhead incident, we seem to be doing pretty good, and that's exactly what they kind of want. I need to plug my phone in because that's where I'm looking at the chat. Okay. We're going in. They are pressured right now. Subeme is doing the best thing that he does. He's currently doing some pressure to them and is playing it pretty safe. He's not feeding Sans. Right now, I'm not very confident about this. SSG has always been kind of pressured into a corner, which is exactly the thing that Nova would want. Right now, they are trying to branch out, but Bizo setting up that wall sets them back to square one. Sans is trying to go onto Meeple instead. Trying to switch lanes a bit. It doesn't seem to be working. Subeme goes in. Needs to do something. Kazi dies. Meeple will die too, and it doesn't seem like they were able to break through the wall. Space Station Gaming currently has a round. Okay. Novo starts immediately with some more offensive setup. They are currently pressuring them, which is pretty good, but they're going to be starting to remerge again. Marco is doing very good at avoiding tick mines. He doesn't exactly go out, he doesn't pressure. Subeme wants to get Bobby out. It's not going to work out. Bobby switches the lane to Angelo. Angelo needs to do something. He's going to be trying to get Bobby. It's not going to work out. Subeme has super, and he's probably going to use it to disrupt SSG a bit. And it's going to do that. Sans use hypercharge. We don't know into what. Hypercharge Dickhead. Dickhead. Is it going to do something? It's going to hold the lane a bit. But they have a hypercharged Meeple. Is it going to do something? Yes. They don't have the potential to come back right now. It's a good effort, but Novo is one round away from going 2-0, and SSG needs a good game to prevent that from happening. Subeme goes in. Good hypercharge from Bobby. Gonna have a little bit more pressure on the Angelo. Is that gonna help stuff? Subeme tries to pressure people a bit. For a bit, he can dodge very efficiently, trying to do something. Marco tries to get something, but you know, he feels the pressure of the hypercharge. which seems very demanding. Demanding even with shield gear. Trying to get Subeme out while trying to not have any further damage. It's played terrible for Marco, and he goes down. Space Station Gaming turned this around. Unless Bezo has something miraculous, which he does have in his hyper charge, but it doesn't work. The spam gets SSG to game 3 of this set. It won't be so one-sided. There's no way it would be one-sided. It was never going to be doing that. Never going to be so easy. Subeme is in a weird position right now. Now Bezo is pressuring Chino. No, they are in the wall. Subeme is going to try to kill them. Big mistake. Big mistake from Subeme. His pressure is not going to work out. Marco is trying to kill Chino. It's not working. Nova has completely comboed in this round. They need to do something to come back. Otherwise, if they continue their forming round 3, they're going to go and give them... Oh, what is this? Why did they get gifted sub? Did they get gifted sub? I don't know. Either way, they're not doing the same mistakes. Subeme is being a bit more evasive. And that's good. It's good. Was Marco hit? It seems like he was. Or maybe he wasn't. Dodged. Either way, Marco gets a good hit. Chino is a bit pressured right now. Needs to get out of the hype. Marco gets a gadget thing. This might be bad for Bobby, but he survives. Sans escapes the pressure by Dickhead. Kazi supers in return. Meeple is gonna be pressuring them. It's gonna be down to the wire. Chino is not. No, it's trying to survive. Down to the wire, but Sans comebacks. Set 1 for Space Station Gaming. Holy shit. That is an insane save from Sans. Came down to the wire and he did the right thing. Space Station Gaming and Novo is 1-1. Gotta love SSG. Yeah, they do absolute bullshit sometimes and they win. Right now, we're going to set 2, and oh my god, this is an insane setup, like, outright. This is a little backstage, holy. Yeah, he did say that he's doing a backstage set, and they allowed him to cast it. Why are you doing the Mr. Beast hands? Okay, let's go and check whether we have some games here. Humble vs. Crazy Raccoon is soon. We didn't have a setup. So they are setting. Novo is 1-1. Let's see a cosplay. Good cosplay, I guess. They are setting up. So if I'm to assume, we should be having a draft phase here very soon. If you have a draft phase, that's going to be pretty good. But right now, they seem to be gearing up. Seem to be just preparing. I'm thinking Humble is the clear favorite here. We probably have no qualms on who's winning and who's not. Right now, yeah, crowd reaction. Save that up for Drive Gaming. Gaming checking up. I'm gonna go here and see as we get draft, and we do get draft. Right now, Subeme is going berry, bans Cordelius, Kazi, Hink, Miko, Artie, and Shade. Honestly, it's pretty good. Pretty good for pit stop. Chuck is open, I think. Oh wait, it's pit stop. Never mind, never mind. I mistook it with hot potato. Okay, but Liddy is a decent pick. And so is Barry. They're pretty generic picks, if I'm gonna be honest. Bobby is... maybe he's gonna swap. Meepo, honestly pretty interesting. But I guess if you want to do something, you probably can. Honestly, I'm thinking I'm gonna put a 1,000 on SSG. I'm gonna put 1K on this SSG. I'm really feeling it. This is gonna be bold. I need to disable chat. Please let me disable chat. Oh, that's how we disable chat. And Hugo's saying his face is up. Saying, Bull. Okay, that makes sense. They need offense. But I think SSG needs offense as well. Especially into Bull, it's gonna be pretty bad. Yeah, I guess this is what the kind of food he's doing. I'm watching this without sound. I don't actually know what he's saying. Kid Bull, okay, it seems pretty decent, and he's gonna be leaping over the hedge. And he's gonna be doing some damage with Bull as well. Their setup seems to be very offensive. I seem to have spoken too soon about Novo. SSG needs control more than ever to kill Marco. And they're going with Nita for that, which seems to be checking out, but right now they have more range than almost everyone out of Novo. Let's see how that pays off for him. Because both of these are really bold. Both of these are really bold. I don't like the fact that this is constantly lagging. This stream is not doing very good. Bizo and Marco are doing very bold. Oh, that's Subeme. Did they swap? They swapped. What the hell? What the hell are you doing? Why are you lagging on me? I don't want to stream if you're lagging. Don't tell me it's over. What are you doing? No. What? It's already over? Oh, so I've been streaming with lag the whole time. Wow, that's amazing. I love scuffed internet. Okay, but right now, they seem to be a bit more attentive to the Bobby setup. Seems to have been denied. Okay, Sans is trying to get some initial damaging. Marco knows this is gonna happen. Ghosting gets the bear for some more damaging. Marco already has hypercharge. They're gonna be going in and trying to do something. Meanwhile, Bobby is doing his best. Lily setting up there with the hypercharge. Bizo saves Subeme. Meanwhile, bull hypercharge, 25%. We know it was going to be more offensive. We knew it was going to be a lot more damage than SSG. Boy, did I not expect this. They're through 2 shields, while SSG is not through any. This is definitely an overraid. Right now, Subeme is doing very well. They're almost through the 3rd shield. And they already are. Bezo is going to go down, but what? At what cost? At what cost is SSG doing this whole offense? Hypercharge for nothing, but gets a 2nd bear. They're down to the 2nd shield, while Novo is down to their 3rd. Gets a it's a super up. Gadgets stays in the same place. Marco has a hypercharged kit. And Subeme is gonna go, and that's it. Novo 1 set away from winning. 1 set away from taking it all. They're gonna be 1 up in groups, and that's a good thing to have, even if you're going to the winners match. So right now we're gonna be heading into Humble versus Crazy Raccoon, if it has started yet. No. It has not. It has not. I thought that honestly we'd be having these matches a bit sooner, but it doesn't seem like so. Really not what I was wanting. It seems to me that we're going to be going into set 5 drafts. I'll just close this and then still gonna place like 500 on SSG because this is who I voted for. Okay, this is who I thought it was gonna win. Still just completely reliant on SSG right now. Pinhole punt. As a result, we're going with sloths. As we're waiting for that, we're gonna look at the bands. Ali has gotten a buff. Mipu Mina is conventional. Hank thinks all this very conventional picks. Squeak. Overall, a decent trade. Overall, it's a pretty good counter to Ruffs, if you had to think. So Ruffs is definitely on the more meta side in general. Meg is an odd pick. It doesn't outrange Ruffs. They're trying to counter something, and I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to counter. Otis is banned. Mina is banned. Finks and Meepo, you know, Meg kinda counters. And all of these are already banned. So who they are specifically countering is an odd thing. Crow is being picked into both of them. It's honestly a decent pick. If you think any other brawler, that's pretty good. He's trying to spin his camera around, which is pretty good. Good, we have 5 seconds until the draft. I'm thinking it would be something like B maybe. They're going Stu, which is also great. I think they want to avoid the squeak shots, and that could be good. SSG really needs to cook with this last pick, otherwise they will have a hard time against Nova Esports, which is currently riding on the high of being 2-1 against SSG, and they're picking Byron, which is also good, also a healing denier. And right now they needed range against stuff like Ruffs and Stu, and they got it. The big question is, will it allow them to do as well as they want to? They have overall more health than Nova Esports team, and they will probably capitalize on that. Chino goes on the Stu, immediately gadgets into Marco. To Marco and Bizo. So right now, Stu is being very pressuring. Showing Bizo is gonna go in and get a crow shot. Right now, Nova Esports completely dismantling this pick. And right now, they have currently scored. They need a change of pace. Bobby's going left instead to focus on the Stu. Meanwhile, Chino decided to change the strategy entirely. Cannot super on Crow. He's just gonna super song Bizo gets them out. Bobby's healing is gonna be a bit worse. Subeme slowed, not enough to kill him. Now Snow is shown to be pressured. Tries to get him. Sands gets him with his body. It's time on Marco to save the day, and he does. Marco dies, but right now they don't have a way to pressure them further. They have a way to force them to stay in the base. Subeme is gonna die. It's 2-3. Sands needs to do something. Hypercharge. Bobby goes in, gets the goal. That's an HC wasted. Ruffs has an hypercharge, so he's gonna give it to Cole right away. This is the best thing they can do. Chino, supers completely misses with his hyper. A very nerfed hyper, mind you. Dude, Sands is being pressured. Bobby is being pressured. This is looking very terrible for SSG, but they are gaining control very slowly with hypercharge super with Bizo. They're looking for a chance to completely demolish SSG's defense. They're trying to get Marco out. Sands is definitely not doing very well right now. Now, trying to do something. It goes to Bizo, who scores, and now Nova Esports is one game away from winning it. SSG needs to do some bullshit again. They have been in this situation in Knockout before. They need to replicate their success. So what are they gonna do? Dude, Crow is very easily pressuring the Meg. She's trying to avoid moral embarrassment even further than she's currently doing now. Unfortunately, Sands is a bit of a stickler for that kind of thing. So he's gonna die. And right now they're being very pressured. Marco makes a bit of a mistake, so this will allow them to pressure a bit further. Chino trying to get Bizo out, who is definitely the X factor in all of this. Chino is not able to heal further. Bizo is gonna die, but not without causing great dismay to the enemy team. Their defense is saved. But right now they are isolated and pressured. Bobby does a good job. Marco is gonna get out a bit. Meg goes into her form. They are starting to pressure them. Subeme is gonna die, and there is no way that Bobby is not gonna score. And right now, it's time for SSG to be a go up. Byron has a hypercharge. Bezo is probably gearing up for one of his own. Squeak HCs. Bezo is slow. Has a hypercharge ready. But right now they are currently defending. Ruffs has a hypercharge, which is probably going to use on Crow again. Meanwhile, Crow needs a setup. Setup blocks off the left lane. Sands tries to come onto them. Tries to avoid getting poisoned. Ruffs has a super. Mech goes in, hypercharge. Marco gets out, but it's too late. Their offense has worked, and SSG is trying to come back. It's still match point for Novo, but SSG is not looking like they're going to back down. If they need to do something, they need to do it now. And we're heading into game 3. Doing a bit of an unconventional swap. I think it will probably work out. Although it could also not if Chino is not supporting Marco. It's not Chino's turn to heal a poison by Crow victim. Marco is being there. He's trying to pressure Sands. Right now it was currently working out. Bezo is being a bit pressured and Marco can't get a lot of his super up. But Chino is trying to get Marco. Subeme is very low. They know that, but Subeme is not gonna die. Bobby gets healed. Subeme recovers. Tries to block the passage off. Gets to do that successfully. Sands is gonna go down. Gets Bezo. Marco tries to kill both of them. Succeeds. But Sands comebacks. Gets his mech back. Hypercharge, which is gonna go right into Bezo. It's SSG's turn to be on the defense again, and they're gonna go in, try to get a goal. Most likely this is happening, and yeah, Novo is a goal up again. This time with less time for SSG to come back. Bobby does not have a hypercharge. The only hypercharge currently available right now for them is Meg. Ruffs has wasted his super. It's time for them to try to come back. This is the only time they have. Stu has a comeback, and they're gonna try to get the ball up. Sands hypercharges. Squeak hypercharge. Recharge. Bezo does not super. Oh my god! 30 seconds, and that save could be fatal. It could be absolutely fatal. SSG may not win against Novo if they don't do something now. Trying to get Marco out. Gets Marco out. Bezo dies. It's on Sands. It's not gonna happen. Novo Esports win against SSG. Oh my god, I have to go. I think my throat is dying, so I'm gonna have to go. And I'll be back with you in an hour streaming some other games. Alright, I'll be back in an hour, chat.